everyone, it is Friday morning and I'm just on my way to work. I have not eaten anything yet. I like to walk to work and then sit down at my desk and have it there. So I will show you what I'm having when I get there. So I am at work and this is my breakfast. So I kind of have some sort of granola muesli type thing when I get in, and I usually have it with cashew milk or almond milk or something like that, and I don't really bother weighing my food, so I'll just kind of show you the rough amount that I have. Haven't even started pouring my milk yet and it's already on the desk. So yeah, that's pretty much my breakfast, just a bit of granola with some plant milk of some variety, and I eat it with a teaspoon. Does anyone else eat their breakfast with a teaspoon? I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm getting more for my money, so let me know if that's normal or if that's really freaking weird. So I was planning on showing you all of my morning snacks that I almost inevitably have before lunchtime. I've got them all in my snack drawer at work, but turns out I was really full this morning, probably from having my humongous granola breakfast. And so I didn't have any snacks, but I'm just on my way home from my half day of work and I will have lunch as soon as I get home, and I'm super excited. So it's about 12 o'clock now and I'll probably have lunch at around 1 and I'll let you know what I have. It's 1:15, still Friday, and I'm outside enjoying the sunshine, and I haven't had lunch yet, which is why I've not filmed it, but I'm having an iced coffee, which is absolutely delicious. I make it with double shot of espresso. I'm having decaf today, and then half almond milk or cashew milk, and if you like it with a little bit of sweetener, that's really good as well. So I'm just having this while I wait for myself to get a little bit hungry for lunchtime. And the cats are enjoying the sun too. Hi! They're so cute. So it is 3 PM and I still haven't eaten lunch because I've been sitting outside in the sunshine making the most of it, and for some reason I don't get very hungry when it's really hot. So it's just hit 3 and I'm working out at 5:45, so I'm gonna have a quick thing now, probably make some kind of salad out of whatever's in the fridge, and I will show you what I'm putting in it. Okay, so I've basically got all my stuff out here and I'm just going to show you what I put in the salad. This is just a really light lunch for me. Usually I'll have like an entire bowl of veg and carbs, but I will show you what I'm having today. So here I've got kind of a full bowl of spinach, and I'm putting with it, I have literally no idea how many tomatoes, but they make salad much more interesting. And then I've got a pot of hummus, which is one of my favourite things ever. We always have it in the fridge and I'm gonna make the most of that. Then we have some spinach falafels, which I've never had before, but I'm sure they will be delicious. So let's try some of those. I'm not sure if you're supposed to cook these, but that's not happening, so I'm supremely lazy when it comes to cooking. I love cooking, but I've got to have like an entire afternoon set out to do it. Otherwise, there's no chance that I'm going to be giving it a go. That's basically everything that I'm going to be putting in there. So then I make dressing, and here I've got like about 50 mils of extra virgin olive oil, and I'll show you how I make this. So that, and then I have here balsamic vinegar. And I'm going to put in like a third of that compared to the oil. And then I've got here some grainy mustard, which just adds a little bit of spice. And I put in just a small amount into there. Then lid it up, put that down. And pour that on. This is my lunch. I have no idea how many calories it has in it. I don't really give two shits. But I know that it's going to be yummy. So I'm just off to go and train now. The last thing I ate was at 3 PM, which was kind of lunch, I guess. And I'm going to be doing an hour's training session now at F45, which is going to be intense. So I've digested most of my food. It doesn't feel like it's sitting there anymore, which is why I don't eat like up to 2 hours before a workout. And I will then show you what I have afterwards, which will probably be a lot. So I've just come back from my workout and it was exhausting. I burnt like 600 calories, which is a lot for me during a workout. I'm like pretty lazy when it comes to some workouts, especially on a hot day like today. And someone has asked me to do a kind of update of how my body changes throughout the day, which is actually a really good thing to do, because I think people kind of forget sometimes that our bodies just are not always this kind of like ripped, shredded look or whatever. Not that mine is really ever, but I figured it'd be useful, especially today. It's really hot outside and I am bloated AF. Like, I'm actually a little bit better now than I was earlier, but I genuinely look 20 months pregnant, and I know I look 20 months pregnant because my boss is 20 months pregnant and I look like her. So yeah, that was great. But anyway, I'll give you a little update now and I'll show you how I look tomorrow morning as well, before I've eaten, in a kind of like comparison basically. So I'm not tensing and I'm not breathing out or anything like that. So I've got a bit of muscle definition, but when you look from the side, this is usually pretty flat, so we're out a little bit, but it's nothing major. This is me. Yeah, anyway. So as you can see, I'm not like bloated, but I feel a little bit puffier than I usually am, and I'm just blaming the heat. It's really important to keep drinking loads of water when it's hot outside, and I think I've probably been forgetting to do that a little bit, so I've just had like 2 litres of water over the space of 2 hours, and that's probably also why I'm feeling quite water retention-y. But I don't worry about it too much. Like, it's annoying if I've got to shoot or if I'm in a bikini, but other than that, it's, you know, it's just our body's natural working, so you can't complain. And my cat never complains when he's fat, so, you know, if he can handle it, I can handle it. Can't you? Yeah. I am sure I'm not alone in this, but I like to have a little snack while I am cooking. So I'm gonna have a kiwi. Kiwis are really good for you. They have, I think, more vitamin C in than oranges. So, but I'm having it because it's tasty and because it's going off. So yeah. So I am lazy when it comes to cooking dinner. Sometimes I go all out and most of the time I don't. So I've got these mock curries in the fridge. They are all made, like handmade I think, which means that they go off super duper quickly, which means that I need to eat them all. I go through phases of just eating curry like every single night, and these ones are really, really good. Let me show you the macros. I don't really count macros, but I do make sure that I get enough protein in my diet. So yeah, it kind of spilled everywhere. There we go. So per portion, 483 calories, which is good. 51.1 grams of fat, that's fine. And 25.9 grams of protein, which is pretty damn good. And sometimes I chuck in a couple of extra veg as well in there. I don't think I can be bothered tonight. And I'm going to have that with this quinoa, which is, I don't know, I don't really care. But it's yummy, so that's all good. And that will literally take me 3 minutes to make. I forgot to say I only eat half the packet of the quinoa. It's 250 grams in total and I eat half of it, so 125, and it is very yum. And here is my dinner. Whoop. Yay! It took a whole 3 minutes to make. Okay, I do put some more effort in sometimes, but today I'm sleepy and tired and I've just worked out and I need to eat. Morning! So I've just woken up and I'm gonna do a body check-in that someone asked me to do. It's just so you can see kind of the difference between when I went to bed and when I woke up this morning, because when I went to bed I was pretty bloated. I didn't do one late at night because obviously it was dark, but like I was quite bloated last night and I just wanted to show you that it does go away. So yesterday when I did this, I had a little bit of side lighting as well, which definitely helped me look probably slightly more lean than I was, or at least a lot more lean than I was feeling. This morning I don't have that because I've shut the curtains to try and stop the backlighting. But I will take some pictures later today as well and kind of give a little overview of like the difference. I'm off to an event this morning and it starts quite early and we've got kind of brunch afterwards, but the event includes a workout, so I'm going to make sure to have a little bit of food before I go, but instead of having a bowl of cereal I think I'm just going to have a protein shake and put a little shot of coffee in it as well, just for extra added energy. So I've got here a mix of soy milk and cashew nut milk, here and here. I like to mix them just because one's cheap and one's yummy. And then I am using this pea protein, which is coffee flavoured, and I'm going to put in some cacao powder for extra noms. I've decided not to go for coffee because I can only have so much coffee in one day, because otherwise I will die of heart palpitations and we don't want that. And I'm having a Nocco at the event, so that's got caffeine in it and I don't want to overdo it. I'm going to stick in some maca as well. This stuff is supposed to increase endurance, and I've tried it before and I actually think it works, so I'm willing to try, you know, anything to make exercise less painful, so I'll stick some of that in as well. Brown and delicious! I promise this is way nicer than it looks. So I forgot to bring my camera down, but this basically is the breakfast that we're having after F45. Killed myself, I think I burnt 560 odd calories, so I will be having definitely more food than this when I get back home. So I've just come back from this morning's workout and I am now starving, so I'm going to make some lunch for myself. I'm going to make a stir fry, I just have loads of veg in the fridge, so I'll basically just be frying all of that up and I will show you what I do. So the main base of the stir fry is going to be this mix of vegetables. It's got beans in it, broccoli, those small, what are they called? What are they?
Baby corn.
Baby corn. And pak choy, which I absolutely love. And I'm just going to steam that for a bit before frying it up. I'm making all of this at once because, like I said, I am lazy, so if I don't eat all of it, I'll put it in the fridge and I'll just heat it up for another day. Look at that colour. So basically, colour means nutrient, unless we're talking M&Ms. So if this was an evening meal or if I was feeling particularly hungry, I'd probably put in some veggie sausages or maybe corn or soya protein, but I'm not that hungry at the moment, so a bunch of veg will do. This is one of my favourite meals to make because it literally takes like 15 minutes and it's super healthy, and you can literally just basically shove anything you have in your fridge in it to an extent. So I did some baking yesterday and I've made my banana bread yet again, and so I'm just having this as a quick afternoon snack. 2 slices of banana bread with some berries and seeds. Just on my way to have some drinks with a friend, and whilst drinking is not the same as eating, it still contains calories, and a lot of you have asked what I prefer to drink, so I will show you what I'm going to have. So I've just come back from my drinks and I'm feeling a little bit peckish. It is 9:15, which is way later than I usually have my dinner. If I don't eat, I will be starving tomorrow morning, and I worked out pretty hard today, so I definitely want something. So let me show you what I'm having. I'm having another one of these mock curries. This one is chicken Chehra with Aloo peppers. I have no idea what that is, but it looks yum. So it's got soya in it with onion, cumin, vegetable oil, potato, mixed peppers, lemon juice, coriander, God forbid, garlic paste, ginger paste, green chili, coriander powder, garam masala, salt, cumin powder, and something that I can't pronounce. Those are the ingredients, and I'm just going to shove it in the microwave and eat it really quickly. I drizzled this in olive oil and added some hummus because I'm clearly not very good at Indian cuisine and it was too hot, and so now it's like pan Eurasian cuisine. Anyway, it's very yum. So I basically had 3 drinks this evening, which is a good amount for me. I try not to drink excessively, unless it's a really special occasion. And I'm also home before 9 PM, which is pretty impressive. Usually if I go out for drinks, I will always be home before 10 PM. I'm happy drinking plenty, but I cannot deal with the late night. So I try and start really early and finish really early, and then also have drinks that don't have too much sugar in them, which makes a big difference for hangovers in the morning. So drink a glass of water for every glass of alcohol that I drink, which makes me really freaking weird because I usually have a huge bottle of water with me on every single night out. But it makes a massive difference, especially to dehydration, and also you slow down your drinking quite a lot, which is always useful if you're on a big night out. So I'm just about to go to bed, and I just figured I'd do one last body check-in because this is kind of the state that I get to right before I get to bed, and I just want to do a complete comparison between nighttime and as soon as I wake up in the morning. This is not breathing in or out. Obviously I'm pretty bloated. I've had alcohol, which makes me retain water, and I've also drunk a lot of water because I'm a good girl. So yeah, this is not quite Instagram, but it was yummy, and that's all that matters to me. So for anyone who bloats, it's totally normal. Please don't worry about it. Especially happens if you've been eating salt, sugar, alcohol, anything that your body's intolerant to. It's quite difficult to know what it is, but just don't worry about it. Drink lots of water and that will flush your system out, and hopefully in the morning it'll be a bit better. Morning, final check-in today just to show you the difference between last night and this morning. So there you have it. Our bodies change a lot throughout the day and night, and it can vary from what we're eating and from what we're drinking, but also just because our bodies are weird and like to mess around with us. So don't worry about it. Like I've said so many times, it's probably just normal. If you are getting severe bloating, it might be worth visiting a doctor, because it could be a sign of something more serious or just a food intolerance that you should probably get checked out. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next week.